Alright, so in part 3, we are going to put a little bit of personalization on this. So for example, we could highlight this row and change the background to some color that we feel is more appropriate. That's a little too... and say we want these to be a slightly different color. And maybe the rest of the information I'll put, I'm just arbitrarily picking colors here. So, oops, that's not what I meant to do. So what we're going to do from here is we are going to add a chart. So here we have our communication record sheet, and we're going to turn this data into a visual representation rather than just numeric. By the way, we could also save a little bit of space here. You could hover over top the dividing lines between these columns, and if you just double click, it'll adjust the size. So it's a little bit of a personalized touch you could add if you wanted. Regardless, what we want to do is we want to turn all of this data into a chart. So I'm going to click and hold down cell A1 and hold down and go over and select essentially all my data. Go down to cell G5. G5 I'm going to let go. So I'm going from cell A1 down to G5. That's all my data. Now, like you'll probably find with most software, there's a million ways to do things. So there's a couple ways to do the stuff I'm showing you today. This is just one way you can do it. What I want to do with this data that I've selected is I want to add a chart. So I could go to Insert Chart, but I could also click on this button, Insert Chart, and what I want to specifically add is a pie chart. So what it will do automatically is it will calculate, you can see it's determining by default the percentages. And it also has a legend here, so you can see that the red color refers to phone conversations, orangish color is texting, green is Instagram. So you can easily, quite quickly, visually see that the form of communication that this person uses the most is Snapchat, because it's 25.8% of the occurrences. I can also customize this if I want. And what I'm hoping that you will do is change your title to something that's a little more reflective of what you're doing. Oops. And I can do some other cool stuff if I want. I can change maybe the font type. I can change the background so I can see my information a little bit better. Change it to a different background. That's a little too daggone dark there. So just so I can see the information better. And you could also maybe add a 3D feature. There's a lot of different things you can do, just as long as it is an accurate reflection of your information. So if you click Insert, it'll add that chart. Now it's covering up my data, so I'm going to move it down so I can see what the heck I'm doing here. So this is the finished product of what I'm looking for you to complete, and this is what you would submit as your assignment.